Welcome back to Lego by the Book. Today I'm going to be building set 75300 Imperial TIE Fighter. This is the most recent version of the TIE Fighter that's come out. And I have built it once before, but I then converted it into a TIE Interceptor. And I will be showing that in a separate video. So this one's just going to be the build. So let's get this thing built. How am do? Aha. We got 3 numbered bags. We are building them a bag at a time. Okay, so we will start with bag number the first one, which apparently is the pod, the cockpit. Alright. First thing that kind of jumps out at me is that for the most part, there doesn't look to be like a whole lot of color variation. The only thing that isn't gray or black or red are these parts. I think that's because those are the only parts that really aren't visible when the set is constructed. We have our first mini, we have our TIE Fighter pilot. I have a lot of TIE Fighter pilots. I have way more TIE Fighter pilots than I have TIE Fighters. Need to do something about that. I actually am doing something about that. Alright, here we go. And there we have the cockpit pod. And it's actually a really nice design. I like how they got it fairly round. I've obviously seen much better ones online that people have come up with, but the use of these sloped parts actually did do a fairly good job at rounding it out. It's got some weird design elements in the back side that I'm just not sure why they did it. Some of the stuff they did underneath, and it appears to be primarily structural, but it doesn't really feel necessary, and it's odd. Again, they only had the 2 non-gray parts that are the 2 parts that are underneath these 2 little dishes, but all in all, I really like it. I think they did an excellent job on this particular one. The cockpit opens up nicely. It opens there and there, making it very easy to get your fighter in. Just nice. Okay. Let's build some wings. They give you 3 minis with this set, and the pilot obviously makes sense. The protocol droid kind of seems out of place, but parts are parts. You know, figs are figs. They do give you another Stormtrooper, and I definitely approve of that, because the more Stormtroopers the better if you're trying to build an army. So they've come out with so many different versions. If you, unless you bought them all at once, you'd have a very mishmash of Stormtroopers. But I don't think that would hurt anybody's feelings overly. And it is done. Also, train. Now, what's one of the cool things is it does have action features. It does have firing lasers. Pew, 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 and all that. It actually comes with a spare laser. I don't know if it's supposed to, but mine did. I've got 3 lasers. Very cool. Now this one is smaller than I think the previous iteration, and I think even smaller than the original iteration. Though a friend of mine has asserted that it's actually closer in scale to what it should be. I don't know if that's actually true. I haven't tried to do the math myself. Somebody probably out there has, and I think he was looking up someone else's math. But it is... I know plague. Not really. Allergies. I'm allergic to spring. Anyway, I like it. I think it's a good size, good proportions, well built, very solid. I think they actually created this piece specifically to create that very solid joint. It's very swooshable. The wings don't rattle really at all. It's quite nice. So yeah, there it is. There it is. Thank you for watching.